Can love blossom out of friendship? Well, let's find out, shall we?
That Man and His Manga.
Hello and welcome to That Man. That is my merchandise, and today we are looking at yet another light novel sent to us by good old Yen Press for review. And I say a light novel, but this is pretty much a novel. And let's clarify things. It's a one and done, one shot novel that is all about romance. And this is, well, it's an adult romance. And when I say adult romance, it seems like this title has been designed for adults. Nagi Yoroizuka, a 27-year-old systems engineer at a software development company, is facing down her 30s with no sign of romance. She works hard at her job, but things never seem to go right. Then, when a series of mishaps leaves her at her lowest point yet, a childhood friend reappears to offer her a hand. Not only is this genius engineer warm-hearted and good-looking, but he also gets along great with her. There's just one problem. She's only ever seen him as a friend, while he's been hiding his feelings for her their whole lives. But even if she's willing to give him a chance, will trauma from her past prove too much to overcome? Now, on the channel I have covered a number of romance light novels, and the one thing I can tend to see is they're usually geared towards, well, teenagers, and that's absolutely fine. However, I do feel like there's an absolutely huge market for more adult literature. Now, I completely understand that light novels as a whole tend to be for a younger demographic, but from time to time we do get the odd gem where it feels like it pushes through and is something for an older generation. And How to Win a Heart on the Nth Try is certainly one of them titles. It is about a woman, I'm going to say a young woman, well, she's younger than me, a woman who, this is a bit of a dead end in her life. She's a systems engineer, she's not, well, particularly liked by most of the staff. She works for her uncle's company, and, well, things are starting to get worse and worse for her. That is until her childhood friend comes in and, well, he starts making a difference in her life. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys. This one was an incredibly easy read. It was a little bit slow started, but the first 50-60 pages were a little bit slower than I expected. However, I do feel like it did pick up, and by the end I was really engrossed in it. Now, there's two halves to this. The first half is, well, to be honest, the first half is where he's trying to get with her, and the second half is them going on dates and looking towards the future. Now, there is a lot of content here that makes this feel it goes by so fast, and to be honest, it's probably about standard really when you think about it. I mean, we've got titles like The Angel Next Door and Alia, which are pretty much designed to be titles that just go on and on and on. The same can be said with a lot of other titles such as Vampire Night or plenty of other romances where they're designed to either appeal to sell more and more volumes, or they're there to have waifu wars. There's none of that here. What you see is what you get. 200 odd pages of, well, adult romance. And I liked it. I really did enjoy this title. It was a really good breath of fresh air in a, well, something that we very rarely see. Now, over the last few months, Yen Press have sent me many titles, and I've been reading many different things that I wouldn't have otherwise. And I'm really happy to see that this one is 100% worth your time. It's a bit cliche. I mean, at the end of the day, this is pretty much an equivalent of, you know, those Christmas specials that always seem to come on the run up to Christmas, where it's like, you know, she's an office worker, but then her childhood friend swoops in and then they fall in love. It's that. It's pretty much a bog standard romance. But you know what? It was enjoyable. And quite frankly, it was a bit more enjoyable than a few of the other titles that I've reviewed. Not saying that they're particularly bad. Angel Next Door and Alia, for example, I like them. But there comes to a point where you either get frustrated that they're not together, or it's clearly obvious that the author's trying to make things go on a little bit longer to either sell more merchandise or more volumes. Like I said, one and done, I always appreciate it. How to Win Her Heart and the Nth Try is a breath of fresh air in, well, light novel world. I would really recommend it. I'm not going to get too much into it because, like I said, it's a one shot, it's a one and done thing. The more I see it, it's kind of like I said, it's a romance. You kind of know they're going to get together, the childhood friends. It's a big cliche, but it might just be something that you kind of want to try out. And I would really recommend doing so if you want a romance that's targeted towards, well, someone a bit older. The characters are adults, everything that happens seems to be more adult orientated, and it's just a nice breath of fresh air, and I really enjoyed it. There's not really much to say about this one, but honestly, I enjoyed my time with it, and I would really recommend you guys check it out too. It's out at the end of the month, and it comes in hardback, which is not going to open. Which is mint green, lovely. I always do appreciate when Yen Press do a hardcover. It always makes the books feel a little bit more special, and this is something I feel is something worth special and worth shouting about. More like this, Yen Press, please.